job is something which I don't want to do. Not many people know these things, but in the first 4 months itself, I was removed from Deloitte. But I will do something of my own, and I'll not let my career or my life be dependent on somebody else or some manager or some boss. So in the starting, it was very difficult for us because I didn't have the right kind of leadership experience.
Hello everyone. Today we have Abhishek Mehta with us. Abhishek has completed CA, CFA and CS and had previous experience in Deloitte and Anand Rathi. He along with his friend has started a company for wealth management and tax advisory services. Extremely dedicated and hardworking, Abhishek is going to share his story and his Eureka moment with us. Welcome to the Eureka moment, Abhishek. Before we start, we would like to know about you and your initiative. So can you give a brief introduction about yourself?
Okay, so like you all have said, I have done my CA, CS and CFA. I have done my graduation from NM.
Yeah.
Most of my studies I had completed in my graduation only. Okay. Then I had joined Deloitte, and then I worked there for a few months, and I worked Anand Rathi. I think Anand Rathi was one of the most game changers for me. Okay. I was executive assistant to CEO there for 3 years. Okay. And I learned most of the things there, and then I started on my own company. With the name of Investza Capital.
Thanks for the introduction, Abhishek. To know about you, we have divided this interview into 4 different rounds, starting with the pitch deck. So can you tell us more about your initiative, Investza?
Okay, so we were few of our friends working in Anand Rathi, me, Krishna and Madhavi. We decided to start our own wealth management firm because what we felt that a lot of firms are doing product selling as compared to actually going ahead and saying that this is the right kind of advisory. So 1st April 2017 was our last day at Anand Rathi for all 3 of us. We put our papers 1 month before that, and 2nd April we started this journey without knowing that what do we have the funds, without knowing do we have clients, nothing. We just started. In the start, we started with a coffee shop. So 3 months we sat in one coffee shop from morning 9 o'clock till evening 6 o'clock. Slowly and steadily we kept building our client. We said let's divide our services into 4 parts. The first part was wealth creation, so investment planning. Second part is insurance planning, so wealth protection. Third part was wealth transmission, will writing, power of attorney, letter of guardianship. And 4th part was their reporting all these things to the tax authorities. So what we tried to build is a one-stop solution for financial advisory. Most of these things are always available only to the upper middle class segment or the HNI clients, but we said let us go and focus on the medium class scale where people are having a salary between 10 to 50 lakhs but actually genuinely need the right kind of advice because right now they are getting most of their advice from banks or insurance agencies. So we thought that let's go ahead and try to cater these kind of people. Today we are managing more than around 700 families, wealth we are managing, and we are filing returns of more than 1000 people in a year. So this is how we started our journey of Investza. Luckily, after 3 months of the coffee shop, we now have our own office. We have a team of around 22 people who are working day in, day out. 7 days we are working to make sure that all the clients get the best kind of services which we offer.
So it's a huge thing you're doing. So how do we manage the operations for this kind of scale?
So in the starting it was very difficult for us because I didn't have the right kind of leadership experience, but slowly and steadily we kept learning. We divided our teams into 4 segments, like the 4 verticals which we have. Now we have teams for working in every vertical. So 2 people are heading every vertical because most of the team size average age is 24-25. In fact, we have some young people working of the age of 17-18 also. So in every vertical there are 2 heads and all the 8 people then report to me. So this is how we are managed. So in insurance we have 2 people, tax we have 2 people, will writing we have 2 lawyers, and for wealth creation Krishna and Madhavi are there who takes care of the entire. So 8 people, all 8 people report to me, and under 8 people we have all the interns and the full-time staff which are working. We hire a lot of interns because we feel that they come at a very cheaper cost to us and they are more enthusiastic to work. So out of 22 people, around 10 to 11 people would be interns whom we hire, and these are all first year graduates. So they come, they complete their college by 10, 11 and they join the office by 12 o'clock and they work till 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and that is how we are able to manage our cost also with such a large team.
Given the fact that we have so many products like tax and investments and insurance, so who are your target customers?
We majorly target corporate employees. So we keep going and doing seminars every week, mostly 2 to 3 seminars we are going. We do a 2-hour seminar to these employees, trying to explain them what is the right kind of things you should do, and most important, what things are there which you shouldn't do.
Okay.
So mostly we try to find people who are in the range of 10 lakh to 50 lakh salary. That is our bracket, and we've been enough successful in doing this day in day out because we are doing just seminar, which is called IAPs in different like investor awareness programs, and that is how we keep getting more and more clients. And now I think after 500, 600 clients, it was not much brainer because we get good amount of references from these clients itself. So that is our target audience, corporate employees who are majorly going to banks right now to get the advice and are not getting the right kind of advice from them.
So, looking at the current scenario in India and looking at US economy also, are people spending more than investing? What is your opinion?
Yes, sometimes there are some lot of people who are spending more than they are earning because of these credit cards. See, what happens is the more the cashless economy, you don't actually come to know what you are spending.
Yes.
What people do is every month they keep on swiping, and then on the 15th when they get the credit card statement, they are like, oh, I didn't spend this. Then they try to take credit card loans, personal loan to do these things. I think if people not use credit card, they will be much in a better position as compared to what they are today. But yes, people are spending more as compared to what they were used to or what our parents used to do in the past. So the biggest reason is this cashless economy and the credit cards, because bank money, when you spend 500 rupees note when you give to somebody, you will realize that pinch. But 5,000 rupees also when you swipe from your credit card, you will not feel that pinch. So that is something which is making people spend more.
So if I or anyone has a money and come to you for investment, what steps do you take?
So first we sit with the entire family and try to make a financial plan, whereas what are your major 7-8 goals? Every person is working to reach that 7-8 goals in their life, whether it's retirement, child's marriage, child education. We try and sit with the family and finalize what these goals are, how these goals can be reached, and what are the right products which are required to ring fence this entire strategy. And this is how we then proceed. I think the first step of investment starts only after 2 or 3 meetings we are done. For some clients it's like, okay, I'll give you some money, you start off. But a lot of clients then say, no, let's sit down, let's plan things, let's plan for the age till 60, 75, 80, let's plan for my next generation also. So that takes a lot of amount of time, and we try to input as much as amount of possible resources into doing the entire financial strategy bit.
End of financial year is a very critical time for you, right? So what does a day in your office looks like?
So more than the end of financial year, it is about the return filing season, which starts from June, July. That is the most difficult times in our office. In fact, we keep telling all our clients that don't call us in June, July, because it will not be possible. This year, more than 7 days, the entire staff had slept in the office itself. Day in, day out, we were working till night, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, we were filing returns, because in the starting we didn't had so much infrastructure. We kept on increasing the number of laptops. So one person used to sleep, the other person that time used to file the return, then this person would sleep, and then so 24/7 the office was working from the last, I think 21st July, 31st July was the last day. From 21st July the entire office was working 24/7. Then once the return filing season went off, then we started increasing our infrastructure. But more than end of financial year, it is the return filing season which is the most hectic one, because everybody wants that their return should be filed immediately. Once they send their form 16, they want that the return should be filed, but that doesn't happen. lot of things, resources goes into checking what is the bank statement, what is interest, and then there are capital gains calculation, and you cannot make mistakes. Once the return is filed, it's done. So a lot of work goes before filing one return, and to file 1,000 returns is a big task. Everybody needs to do. There needs to be scrutinization of every return which goes. So that is one of the most critical days of our life where we don't get any sleep, we don't get any food, and we're just working and working and working. So that is a very difficult time for us.
Okay. So here we come to the end of the first round and we are moving to our second round, that is own those trades. So Abhishek, 3 advices you want to give to the newbies.
Mediclaim, term plan and SIP. If you have these 3 things, you don't need to do any other thing.
3 challenges that you see in the coming future when it comes to investments.
One biggest challenge which I am seeing is because of so much online content available. So it's like you find a solution for a fever, you have a fever, and there will be 1,000 doctors who will be giving you 1,000 different advices. And then when the client calls in and says, this newspaper I read this where it's very difficult to make them understand that if you are believing in me, believe in me. There are 1,000 people who will say 1,000 things, and I cannot give you an explanation for every 1,000 thing which is printed on the newspaper. That is one challenge. Second is people are not getting enough time to think through their finances. They are very busy day out, and with time they are getting more and more busy. And more complex financial instruments are coming into the market which requires time for them to understand. So I think these are the 3 biggest challenges. One is people don't have time. Second is 1,000 paid newspaper prints 1,000 things, and to give explanation about all things is very difficult. And third is the complex products which are coming. People are not able to understand them and they are blindly putting their money into it.
3 financial changes you would like to be in India.
One is rather than buying endowment plans of insurances, people should buy pure term plan. Second is rather than doing FDs and keeping more amount in savings bank account, they can park their more money into debt mutual funds and liquid mutual funds. Third is more utilization of the technology. Still lot of people, lot of transactions are happening on pen and paper. I think more and more things should work on technology, so it becomes easy for the advisor also and for the clients also to track things and to do their quarterly reviews in an efficient manner.
3 things that you can suggest can save your tax.
People forget that if they are paying their stamp duty this year when they purchase a house, that gets into section 80C. Second is even the tuition fees paid for your children in the school and colleges also saves you taxes. Donations which are done to different organizations also helps you to save taxes. So these are the 3 things which I have seen majorly people are forgetting to disclose it while filing their returns.
You have told a lot of things which we need to start off with, but what are the things we should never do?
I meet everybody in my life. I have all the 700 families, everybody have one endowment policy where they don't know how much return they are earning or what is the insurance which they have. Second thing, a lot of people keep their money into savings bank account for years and years. I have met people who would have kept 20-30 lakhs in savings bank account for 4 years, 5 years, just because they mentally think that this is a very safe instrument. They can park all this money into liquid mutual funds. Third thing is maybe SIP's awareness is not that much. People are doing SIP, but every day they are opening their app and seeing, Abhishek, what is the return which I am earning. They need to understand that SIP is a long-term game. You need to wait at least 10 years to earn a decent amount of return. So stop viewing their apps every day, every month. Just keep it for 5 years, 10 years. At the end, you will make decent amount of money.
So India is growing rapidly. So what do you think are the 3 advantages of investing in India?
I think India is one of the fastest growing economies. China and India is one of the fastest growing economies except others. Even foreign people know this thing, that's why they are very heavily investing into our country. Our consumption story is very strong. Our population is too good because that helps us that the consumption story will always be there in India. There will not be any single time where you will say that the consumption story of India is over. Third is we have a fantastic leadership right now with Narendra Modi coming in. India didn't see this kind of leadership in the past after the independence. So Narendra Modi is doing a lot of things in the right direction with a lot of transparency. So these are the 3 biggest advantages of investing into India, or the reason why you will earn better returns as compared to other financial assets or other financial worlds in the world.
So we have come to the most exciting round of this interview, which is the Eureka moment. So Abhishek, tell us more about your Eureka moment.
Okay, so my Eureka moment was in Deloitte. After becoming a CA, I joined Deloitte in the international valuation team. Good salary, everything good. Not many people know these things, but in the first 4 months itself, I was removed from Deloitte. As there was something which I was not able to give my 100% into Deloitte. The day when I was removed, it was a shock for me. But the next day, lot of things I started realizing in my life that job is something which I don't want to do. I started realizing job is like a robot. You have to get up on time with the alarm. You have to reach office on time. They will tell you what time you have to eat your food. They will tell you what time you have to leave your office. And that is the time, the next day I had decided that let whatever happen, I will not do a job, I will do something of my own. Whether I earn 10 rupees or whether I earn 10 lakhs, that will be my own decision. But I will do something of my own and I will not let my career or my life be dependent on somebody else or some manager or some boss. So Deloitte was a game changer for me in the life. That was a failure for me. But somehow I realized that job is not something which is there for me. Yes, a lot of people are doing great in job and I respect all of them. But I feel job is again like a robot. You have to do what like your bosses and managers tell you, and I didn't wanted that. I don't want to work till 3 o'clock just to show my boss that okay, I'm working. Today also we work. A lot of time we don't go home, we are working all night. But that is something we are working for our own. That also helps me when I interact with my team. I know what had happened to me in the past, so I am very humble to them. I respect their time, I respect their energy, I respect their personal life. So whenever they want leaves, I am the last person to say no. So that also helps me in growing my organization. We don't have any timing restrictions, we don't have any holiday restrictions. People can take as much holidays they want. They should respect their work and the work should be done. So Deloitte has helped me to do all these things in my life. Not much people who talk about their failure, but I am somebody ki theek hai, ho gaya. I have learned something. And also the second thing which I have learned is rather than being a small fish in a big pond, be a big fish in a small pond. You will be much more happier in your life. Maybe your bank balance will be in lesser zeros, but in terms of happiness of life, you will be much happier as compared to some other person.
Indeed, it's a nice Eureka moment, and anybody who would like to join his organization, they can join it because he will give unrestricted amount of leaves. so we would like to end this round and move on to the last round, which is the rapid fire round. So let's start with it. Choose between mutual funds or stocks.
Mutual funds if you want to make money, if you want to enjoy the ride, stocks.
One personal goal that you have.
I want to buy a big car, Mercedes or BMW.
One thing you're obsessed with.
WhatsApp. I'm 24/7 on WhatsApp. I wake up at night 3 o'clock also I'm checking my WhatsApp.
Worst day of your year.
Worst day of my year when I had a big fight with my team. That in 2 years time we just had one fight in the team, and that was one of the worst days. But then that fight really helped us to make the company better, and a lot of things changed after that day. We changed the structure, we changed the process. So, but that fight wouldn't have happened, so I would have been more happy.
One financial asset you don't want to invest in, your personal.
Gold. Maybe I don't want to invest ever in gold. I think it's a user. If you combine entire world's gold, I think it doesn't get you any value, or it's of no use. Absolutely, I don't still understand why do people buy gold, but that is something which I never want to buy.
So budget 2018 or budget 2019?
Budget 2019, I guess, because there were small things in 2019, but it was represented in a much bigger marketing angle. So 2019 was much better for us as compared to 2018.
So for the CA students, one thing a CA student should not do.
I think CA students should avoid appearing for both the groups. I have seen people that they are continuously attempting both the groups again and again. I am a believer that give one group, clear it nicely, because the more amount of studies you will do for one group, it will also help you in the entire journey of your career.
So we have come to the end of this interview. I would like to thank Mr. Abhishek Mehta for coming here and sharing his initiative with us.
So if you enjoyed this video, do like,
share and subscribe
to Eureka Moment. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shilpa Balakrishnan. I'm here to share my initiative and my Eureka moment. So please like, share and subscribe to Eureka Moment.